Hello, everybody out there in Facebook land, TikTok world, everywhere. There's going to be a live clip of this going on. Which one is really loud in my ears? That one's really loud in my ears. Get that there, put that there. We should be good. Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Monty Anderson, your host here at 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson. Hopefully, you're all doing great out there. I am super fucking tired this morning. Been up since about 11:20 p.m. Went to bed a little early last night, and then got woken up by the animals that we have. We do live on a homestead, and so we do have animals, and they decided they wanted to be a little unruly last night. So we I've been up since about 11:20 last night, and I'm a little on the tired side this morning so far. But we got a lot of stuff, cool stuff to talk about, cool stuff that we found. Just doing a little, antique shopping and things of that nature. We're going to start out with we've got new merch coming in. This stuff right here, my artwork right here. You can pick it up if you want. You can hit me up and we can talk about it. So don't forget to like, share, and follow when you get here because that does help us out. And I really need to change that. Hold on, give me just 1 second. Go, fellows. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury out there. Which is that better? 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 Maybe I should take the hue down just a little bit. There we go. Okay. That helps a little bit right there. Take that way down right there. So, how y'all doing out there? Hopefully y'all are doing great. Hopefully you have gotten some sleep. Unlike me. I've got a few hours of sleep, but I am super, super tired, like I said. We did go to Antique Store yesterday just after we got done working out. And what was that about? I got a beep in my. What is going on? We're still recording, so that's a good thing. Okay, don't know what's going on. Got a lot of things popping in my ears right now. Things reconnecting and all that good stuff, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I just work here. All right. So, like I said, we got a lot of new merch coming in. Should be here in the next couple days. Hopefully, it comes in today, so that by what will be my next show? When? I can't even tell you what the last day. That's how tired I am. Of this month is. Is it right around the corner? Is tomorrow the last day? Today the last? I don't know. Anyway, whatever day it is. Let me see here. See if this will pull up real fast. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. There we go. Okay, so tomorrow is the last day. So we'll be on odd days once we hit February. Okay. Because right now we're on even days for January. Once we hit February, we'll be on odd days. We'll be on the 1st. Okay. So, with that being said, hopefully in the next couple days, hopefully today, good morning, Casey. Welcome to the broadcast booth. You're looking at a tired, sleepy guy right now. Hopefully by today or tomorrow, hopefully today though, we get a new shipment of stuff in that we can go through because it'll be fun. Be super exciting on that note as it goes. But we did find some cool stuff at the antique store. We'll get into that here in just a moment. We have been working on our Ozzy Osbourne paintings here at the studio, and they're turning out pretty cool. I've got both of them going at the exact same time so that I can finish them at the exact same time. Now, the one that's on the desk is going to take a little bit more than the one that's on the ground right now. And I'll get to those here in just a minute after we talk about, some of the cool stuff that we've found so far. Somebody said something in the comments that was filtered, so you might want to rephrase what you said. I don't know what you said. I don't get that opportunity to see what you guys said. I don't censor, but TikTok likes to censor things on a regular basis. Don't forget to like, share, and follow when you arrive. So one of the cool things that I picked up, I'm not a big 100% pop guy, but I do like some that catch my attention, like this one, the total black and whites right here. This one's a Wolverine, black and white Wolverine right there. Very cool look. That's what it looks like, 100% right there. Their creative process right there. And then you also have Spider Man and Iron Man, which they did have both of them, but I didn't care about those two. Wolverine is my jam right there, especially the comic book version. Hugh Jackman, he's okay as Wolverine as I have him. Back here with Liam Schreiber as Sabretooth, as I've got both of their autographs on my wall. So I'm a big Wolverine fan. And that one was just a cool little iconic piece to pick up, the black and white version that looked like that. So that was pretty cool. So welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody that is showing up. I am Monty Anderson, your host here at 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson, and we're talking about all kinds of cool stuff today. Um, we watched Companion last night. It was a pretty good movie. Uh, Different when it comes to Android, Android robot movies and things like that. Um, it was a little slow. It was a slow burn. Um, but on the same token, it could have been better for a horror sci-fi movie, as they portrayed it to be. So it was just a little too light on the horror side for my taste. So, but it was an interesting movie. It was more one of the more original movies out there that I've seen here in a while when it comes to movies that they've got right now. Because a lot of them just feel like they pulled this from this type of movie, this from this movie, this from this movie, and there's no originality whatsoever. Well, this one seemed a little bit more original than most that I've seen. So there is that. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else in here that we're going to be talking about right now, but there is not. I got several things to ship out. I've got a commission started for a memorial piece for the friend of ours that passed away um, in December, right before New Year's, and her boss is doing a commission piece, which is sitting right over here. But without further ado, we're going to get into some of the stuff that we found at the antique store. We're going to start with the one the girlfriend wanted, Dynamite Entertainment's Mars Attacks, Violence on Television. This is issue number 2, right here. So this is one of the finds that we got that she wanted and had to have, which I don't blame her. Mars Attacks is a fun little thing, especially in the comic book form, right there. Very cool. I'll probably end up rebagging and boarding all of these comic books that I've got, especially a lot of the ones that I picked up because they didn't come in with a backer board, so that will get changed. Absolutely, will get changed. All right. So since I am in pretty much constant contact with a a big time creator out there, Mr. Ben Dunn, I happened to find his Ninja High School number 6 um, for a relatively good price. It's been around for 200 issues, and this is number 6, found in the wild. Ninja High School by Ben Dunn. This is one of the issues that I found. Ben Dunn's a good dude. I gotta get a couple things from him still that he's got holding for me. So he's already got it packaged up, from what I understand. I just gotta get him some stuff, you know. So this is very cool. This is number 6 that came out a long, long time ago before they moved over to Antarctic Press. Even this is under the entity or in Eternity logo moniker here, but it's got done 1992 How many of you were alive in 92? I know, Casey, you were around in 92. I was out of high school and had a kid at that point in time. Then we've got the Ninja High School uh, yearbook number 7 from 94 when they went over to Antarctic Press title right there. And then you've got Fantastic Panic was one of the books out there as well. So this one has Ben Dunn's Ninja High School yearbook right there. And then number 896, the Ninja High School yearbook as well, right here, with some of the characters from Ninja High School on the back. So there you go. That's a few of the ones right there. Now, one of the ones I couldn't pass up because it was a great book all the way around. And this one was a really good copy of it, but it's Jim Lee's Death Blow. One of his moniker character titles. I don't know if you can see the guy's face in there or not. Up here, you can right there. You can kind of see it right there. So it's a black on black book right there for Death Blow. It's also a foil cover right here. Very good read. Very much action oriented when it came to a lot of things for this. If you know, you know. Death Blow military character, so it's right up my alley when it comes to that type of stuff. So I had to pick that one up, especially the pristine cover that it has right there. And had I found some more of these, this one would have been better. I mean, this one isn't the greatest of shape, but it is Death number 3. Neil Gaiman, Chris Bacalo, and Mark Buckingham. Death being the sister to the Sandman character. Was it Morbius? No, it's not Morbius. Might be Morbius. I don't remember. But Sandman, if you know Sandman, and they have a TV series of Sandman as well as series uh, out there as well. And this is showing Alice in Chains whenever they were coming out back in the day. Bum, bum, bum. Which album was this one? Dirt. Okay. Okay, yeah. Which is Wood and Rooster and Angry Chair and them Bones. Great stuff on that right there. I was trying to see a date on there, but it doesn't show me a date. I'd have to open it up and look. But there you, and if I have had I found the rest of them there, I would have picked them up. You know, again, it's not the greatest just because of that corner right there. You can see it right there. It's all jacked up. It's all jacked up. Oh, hey, woohoo! That's for all you Elvis fans out there. And then one of my favorite comic books. The original was my favorite comic books. Let's put it that way. But ElfQuest, this is King of the Broken Wheel. But they always had some fun stuff. And this is number 2 of King of the Broken Wheel by Warp Comics. It used to be Warp Graphics, from what I remember. But Wendy and Richard Kinney are the creators of this. Don't get mixed up in their politics because their politics are out there. This is ElfQuest Sage at Blue Mountain number 1. And then number 8 right there from Sage from Blue Mountain right there as well. But ElfQuest was always my thing. I even emulated Mr. Cutter, who is right here. I had in art class, we did some jewelry making, and his little blade right here, right here. I created a necklace out of that blade. I created that blade, made it in metal, did the whole wax sculpt of it, and then created it in metal. And I wore it around my neck for the longest period of time. I might even still have it running around somewhere. I'd have to go check, but I'm pretty sure I still have it. And then, not the greatest of copies of this one, but a very iconic movie, Very great movie, in my opinion. Very underrated sci-fi, semi-horror movie, but Kroll, sorry. And if you can remember this movie, you're pretty cool, because this was an awesome movie. That little blade that he had, that he threw, that folded out when he did this little number, and it out there like that. And I've got to get in here and get this portion pressed back out in that corner. But for a buck, I couldn't pass this up at all. 1983, I believe is what that says. 1983. I'm going to need some readers at some point in time. 1983 is when this comic book came out. So there you go. Some of you weren't even alive then. All right, next is one of them adult comic books, if you will. Everett Hartso's Poison, Lost Child, right here. This is issue number 1, right here. This was a more adult-oriented comic book, and London Night Studios produced a lot of adult-oriented comic books. So that means there's a little bit of nudity in here, but a lot of blood and gore. That's why I liked it. Was the blood and gore? The storytelling was pretty cool. And then you've got Chastity Until the End, number 13, or actually number 2. This is part 13 of the Until the End series. Justiano and Evans in 1998 did this one right here under the Chaos Comics moniker before they went belly up. And this is number 2 of 4 as well. So anytime I find any Chaos comic books out there, I will pick them up. Now, these were a little bit more expensive, not much more, but I picked up number. Let me get them in order for you. Some old stuff, but some goodies. The New Mutants. Bob McLeod doing the artwork. But New Mutants number 1. Again, not the greatest of copies. They've seen a little bit better days, but these are still in nice, very good standing right there. So that is number 1. Number 2. This one's a little bit more beat up in that back corner. You see that little fold in the corner right there. It's not a sharp corner. But number 3, right here. Right there. Number 4. So that was pretty interesting to find 1 through 4. Just like that. Bam, bam, bam. And then number 8, which will go with some of the other ones that I've already got. And see, this one has a nice little fold on the back corner that I need to fold out before I bag and board it. But these will get new bag and boards as well. All right. And since I am a huge Clive Barker fan, and we've looked at these and bypassed, and I don't always pick up every Clive Barker book that I find. But this time I did. Dang it. Hold on just a second. I'm destroying stuff as I go. Give me just a second. Okay. I'm knocking paint off. It's a mess. I'm a mess. All right. So, before we get to this one. All right. So, we're going to unpackage this one. This one is number 1 through 6 of Clive Barker's The Harrowers, Raiders of the Abyss, straight from one, two, three, 4, 5, and 6, straight from the pages of Hellraiser. And if you like Hellraiser, you would like this book. But Gene Colan, great artist as well, did all the artwork for the covers. At least I don't know who did the cover or who did the inside stuff, but this one is a glow in the dark cover. So if I were to turn the lights off right now, you would see that it glows. Because you've even got Pinhead back there in the back, right there, that big head back in the back. So there's that one. That one's number one. This is number two. These are already bagged and boarded, but I will rebag and board them because, you know, after a while, the bag and boards start to break down. Number three. Number four. Number five. And last but not least, let me take this blue tape off. Number six. Now, I don't know how many issues this went, but this could have been a 1 through 6 complete. But you do see Pinhead again on this cover as well. Right there. So there you go. And as I look through here, let me see. That's got all the chains with the hooks on them. That one doesn't have any Cinnabites in it. That one doesn't have him on there. That one doesn't have him on there, but that one has him on there. All right. So you got three covers that show the Hellraiser spin off in here. Right there and right there. All right. So now, without further ado, we will get into this one. I thought was pretty cool. I haven't opened it up yet, but it is Star Trek. The Enterprise Logs. Golden Press. Original issues number 1 through number 8, plus Kirk's Confidential Psychophile. Portrait of a Starship, The Enterprise. Profile of a Star Trek artist. A page from Scotty's diary, and much more. It's not the greatest of copies, but for a buck I couldn't pass it up because I hadn't seen it before. I, oh, here we go. Nope, that doesn't give me a date on it either. But this one I am going to open up, so I want to look at it. I want to look at it to see what it is all about. It is a comic book. It is missing a page, so hence why it's $1. But it is from the original comic book that was out there back in the day. So it's got all that in there. So that's fun. And so it's just missing one page, which would be a first and second page, which is right there that's been ripped out, as you can see. So for a buck, it's not bad. Still doesn't give me a full year on this one. But it does give me the Captain's Log, Star Trek Part 1, The Devil's Isle of Space. But it's very cool. I wish it did have a date on the inside or somewhere in here. But, well, there you go. It's all the comic books. 1 through 8. Issues 1 through 8 of the comic book. Plus a few other odds and end pieces in throughout. So that's pretty cool. I hadn't seen it before. So for a buck, I couldn't pass it up. And I understand why it's $1 now. Because there is a missing page in there. And then it's got a few minor, rips and tears inside. So that makes sense. Plus, it does have a big bend across the front cover right here, going at a diagonal angle right here, which you can see right there, right there, right there for you guys. All right, so that's some of the fun stuff that we've picked up the past couple of days. I got all kinds of stuff coming in, like I said. Plus, let's get into it. It's been far too long. We've come far too far to not have already had these done. But they're coming along just nicely. They're coming along quite nicely. But here is one of the Ozzy pieces right now. These are up for grabs, so if you are an Ozzy fan, let me know. These are up for grabs. This is one of them. I still got a lot of work to go on it, but it's coming along quite nicely. And here's the other one that's going to take a lot more work than that one because that one's practically finished. This one I've still got to put his tattoo in over here. His blue face tattoo with the flames on top right here. But here he is. I've got some fixing to do over here and things like that. But this is the other one that's working on right now. And both of these will be turned into shirts as well. So there you have that. But lots of stuff is happening around. Yeah, like I said, this one right here, I'm still waiting to see if he completely fully likes this piece or not. When it comes to this stitch with the witch's hat and the witch's broomstick that he's holding in his hand. So we'll see. He didn't give me 100% yay or nay. He said, nice idea. So I don't know what that means. I put back after he put that, I said, but with a question mark. And so we'll see. Um, we'll see. But the comic book for Legacy Comics is done and into the hands of where it needs to be. Um, the book cover that I did for a series of books will be in my hands. I don't know exactly when, but I'm going to be meeting with the author. I'm supposed to be getting a call from his publisher as well for it because for some questions, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what he needs, but I can send him stuff directly if I have to. So, but that's cool. But he did change the direction that the book is going. It's going to be coming out in a hardback and then a paperback, or vice versa. I don't know which one he's doing. He told me. I'm lack of sleep. I'm sleep deprived right now. Been up since like I said 11:20. I actually fell asleep in my chair that I'm sitting in right now for a hot minute. Um, so there you have that. While I was working on this, having the TV go on the side, ended up falling asleep and for a hot minute, and woke up to because I was sleeping on my arm wrong and it was all numb and stuff. And so that's always a fun, pleasant experience. Having a numb arm at that point in time. So, but yeah, now but lots of cool stuff's coming in, so I'm hoping it comes in soon so that I can show you guys some new stuff. Just like this one's our newest product out when it comes to clothing right now. And then the Ozzy pieces right now are my newest ones coming out of my painting section. So I've had them drawn up for a while, but as far as getting them done, I am as close to having one done, and then there's a lot of work still to go on the tattoo that he's got going on with that again, the blue head with the flames coming off the top of the head. And then I've got the chains and stuff like that to put on his cross chains and things like that. Now I am going to add a couple elements over here on this other one that you saw first. Um, this one right here. I'm going to add some crosses right here. Since he was big into crosses, I'm going to do that. Even though it's not on this piece itself, the reference picture that I took it from for this outfit, I'm going to add it in here anyway. So the cross will be going this direction so that when his hands are down, it's an upside down cross, and there'll be another one over here in this section as well. But when he's singing, you'll have crosses upside or right side up, just like with Peter Criss. If you ever saw his outfit, I'm looking at the one that's here. They did not incorporate it into this costume up here. But whenever he was drumming, he had these crosses that were on his pants. That when he stood up, they were upside down, but to him, they were right side up. So, and of course, Bacon Bit is going to be the one that's up right now, causing a ruckus right now at 4:34 in the morning. I'm gonna see if she gets diverted to outside. I'm not sure if the girlfriend got up with her or not. Let me let me take these off for a second. No, that sounds like a no. All right, give me just a second, guys. I got to take care of some animals. You're going to get to see my Grinch sleep pants. She's being a whiny little thing right now. So, how are y'all doing out there? Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing good? Sorry about all that. Sorry for those of you that are stopping in and I wasn't here. I had to deal with a pig. Yes, I have a pig. She's hitting my door right now. She's being an angsty little teenager. Because pigs grow for 5 years, you know that, right? And she's just a couple years old, you know. So she's a little teenager. She's a little angry little teenager when she doesn't get her way. She likes to pout a lot. If you couldn't hear from the other room right there. But we'll see if she settles down. She may or may not. I don't know 100%. You know. So we'll see. But how are y'all doing out there? Casey, how are you doing? Good to see you. Roy couldn't hang. He was a little pansy. He went to bed. Don't know how long he was up last night, but he was being a little baby. So you can tell him I said so. I'm here is about it. What's up, Hellcat? Welcome to the show. You missed all of the comic books that we just went through that we found at the antique store, and then we're talking about my paintings right here that are getting worked on right now. This one's almost finished. This is my one of my Ozzy pieces right now, and then the other one is right here on the art desk. This one's going to take a little bit more work than the other one. The other one's almost finished. And then this one's going to have his iconic blue head with the flame going up. You know, it's going to go farther than it actually does on his body. But both of these will be ready very soon, and they will be turned into T-shirts like my other artwork, as you see right here. We'll see, because they are silver framed glasses on the round spectacles, and his iconic. He had multiples of these, but he loved his great um, purple lensed sunglasses that he had, including the ones that Sharon was wearing at you know his funeral and stuff like that. So so that's why I'm using the purple on the glasses right now. But they were silver framed. And then, like I said, on that one right there that you just saw the last one, he's got all of his chains going down as well, which will be in there included. But I appreciate that. But again, they will be turned into T-shirts as well. So those of you that want one can hit me up on that, and I'll probably get a restriction here in just a moment for that. Because they don't like us talking about stuff outside of the TikTok shop. Get over it, TikTok. It's my artwork. I'll talk about it how I want to. And don't get angry because you're not getting your cut. Because I don't sell through you guys. So there you go. But yeah, no, we picked up quite a few stuff. We got some new stuff coming in. I'm hoping it's here today or tomorrow, so that we can talk about it on the next show. Because I go live every other day. And don't forget to like, share, and follow as you arrive here, because I do follow back when it comes to the people that I meet on the show. Unless you're a fake profile, and we can tell on fake profiles, we can tell how those are. And, if you are a fake profile, I just keep on keeping on. So there's that. Hopefully you all's day is good and you all have a great time today. If you need rest, get your rest. If you're going out to do stuff, have fun doing it. I am going to be seeing Roy today for sure, and I'll punch him in the shoulder really hard for you, Casey, and tell him what an ass he was for not showing up and staying up for just a little bit longer to make the show. I'll punch him for you. Um, and I'll tell him it's directly from you. And just kidding. I will punch him though, right in the nose. Jerk. You can hang on everybody else's shows and stuff like that, but you couldn't hang for mine. And then you want me to cut your hair, you ass. Because I have all the equipment. Help! Don't put me in it. I can't take it. Nah, I'm gonna leave you out of it. I won't tell him it's from you. It'll be directly from me, since he was a little puss and pussed out on the show, you know. But yeah, he can hang for everybody else, just not for me. Jerk. All right, but these are coming along quite nicely. Um, on the Aussie pieces, I'm enjoying them right now. And like I said, going to be a lot of work putting that tattooing him once again. I didn't tattoo him in the first place, but putting that tattoo on him is going to be pretty cool. And then the other one being almost done. I've got some rings to add. He knows he can catch up later. Absolutely. I mean, he does end up watching the show later on, and then throws his 3 and 4, emojis on there, or gifs, or whatever that he throws on there, um, on the reg, and which propels it. So I appreciate that on his side. Um, but yeah, I've got some rings to add to this other one down here. I've got a couple of small other details to add to it as well, where the buttons are on his cuffs. And then on this one's going to be the killer timepiece when it comes to that tattoo. And then all the chains that are going to go on around the neck and coming out of the black, and stuff like that from the hair side. So we still got some work to do, but it's fun work. It's all good stuff. Again, we watched Companion last night. Well, I did. She kind of fell asleep. Um, and we ended up falling asleep early, but then the pigs got us up. Well, the dogs got us up before the pigs did, actually. And then I've been up since 11:20 last night and haven't got much sleep at all. Like I said, I did end up falling asleep in my chair for a few minutes um, while I was working on the painting here. And so I'll probably try and go back to bed after this. We'll see. We'll see if that takes. But no, I hear some upping going. Hold on. And so we'll see what happens after all of that. Here. Well, they keep changing it because new improved formula is what it's got on the back. Right there. Seafood flavor, seafood flavor. Yeah, they keep changing up all of our foods, even for animals. All right. Hold on just a sec. All right. So, just lots of drama going on with the animals this morning as they do their own little thing, and they cause little disruptions here and there. I'll let her know that you said good morning, Casey. She's not in a happy mood right now, and I get that. All right. So, again, hopefully you all's day is good out there. Uh, Whenever you do begin your day, and hopefully your day hasn't already started like mine did last night. But I'm gonna see if I can go back to sleep, which don't know if that's gonna happen or not. But we'll see. We'll see. I might just continue to paint. Who knows? And but yeah, no, lots of fun stuff that we're finding, that we're bringing back to the house. And then I will be starting to do a liquidation process as well. Because there's stuff that just sit around here that you don't need. Just like there's a bunch of comic books that are going to be on the liquidation format, the block of cuttingness, and you know I collect certain ones that I enjoy. Now, whenever I inherited this whole collection, um, there's a lot in there that I just don't read. So that's why I'll be getting rid of quite a few of those. So, you know, that's how it goes on that endeavor. You get rid of stuff that you don't keep, that you don't enjoy for yourself, for the most part. And then why are you doing that? There we go. That was weird. Sorry about the arm in your face. I'm fixing some pictures back there that were being wonky. I don't know why they were being wonky, but they were being pressed by something back there. Everything's off. Everything's off. One thing goes off. That's closer. That's closer. All of my autographs on the wall back here. I was looking for a pencil, and it was behind my ear. One of these number two pencils, like this, and you had it up here like this, right there. I don't do that anymore. I used to do that, especially wearing hats. Wearing hats like this, wearing hats. Exactly like that. Okay. I got you, bro. I got you, man. But yeah, no, sometimes it's like people that are looking for their phones and they can't find their phones, but yet they're having it in their hands. Those type of situations. Yeah, those are the humorous things sometimes. But to us, that it's happening to, it's not humorous in the moment. Now, it's humorous after the fact. And we just, you know, roll with the punches later as we laugh and laugh. But in the moment, it just made us mad because I know I just had my phone, but I can't find my phone. And then you're texting, hey, have you seen my phone? And then they're like, you're an idiot. You're on your phone. You're texting me from your phone. And then you just stand there and look at your phone. And you're like, oh, I'm an idiot. What is that when we look at something and it is right where we were looking but didn't see it? It's called paranormal activity. I don't know the scientific name for it besides forgetfulness or it went to another dimension and in a portal or something, and it we know it was there, and I've looked in this spot 10 minutes, but it's not here. But I leave and come back, and it's there. Those type of situations. And that's when your ghosts are playing tricks on you that are in your house. So just know that's all it is. It's the spirits having a little fun, just like around here. Since we live in a haunted house, we get all kinds of different little spirits and things like that. Um, that you know like to have a little bit of fun with our stuff. Like we do lose our keys periodically, and we know that they were on the table or they were on the nightstand or whatever. But no, they're not there now. So yeah, just like the orbs we see in here as well, things of that nature. So there you go. But hopefully these will be done here pretty soon. Like I said, this one is going to be done first, and as soon as I get it done, I'll probably end up turning it into a T-shirt. Right off the bat, when it comes down to it. The Prince of Darkness, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne himself, coming at you on the crazy train. Or is it crazy babies? Crazy babies! Crazy babies never say die. Yes. That was a good album. I like that one. I liked a lot of his albums, though. Had a lot of good stuff. Lots and lots of good stuff. I don't know if they're going to be releasing any more stuff after you know stuff that he recorded that never made it out there yet. 'Cause I don't know if he did. I don't know if he recorded anything after the fact. You know, on his final farewell tour. Just don't remember. Don't know. Don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe they'll have a little catalog of stuff that never got released that they'll put out there for us in one final album of Ozzy Osbourne. But we're gonna get tribute albums and things like that, which are already out there. But I'm sure there'll be some new tribute albums going on. Uh, since he just passed, and not just, but several months ago. But I'm sure that there'll be some stuff out there that we haven't heard yet coming out, which will be kind of cool. Those are always fun albums after someone has passed on, and then the family, you know, or even the record label releases stuff that was previously unheard that they had recorded uh, from the bands and things like that. So, what was his real name? Ozzy is nickname of Osbourne. Randy? I don't remember what his real name is right off the top of my head. I would have to. Well, Randy Rhodes was his guitarist that passed away tragically. One of the greatest guitarists that played with him there. Let us let us take a look down memory lane. Give me just one moment. Boom, boom, boom. John Michael Osborne. Ozzy was a nickname. So John Michael was his name. December 3rd, 1948. Marston Green, United Kingdom. Passed away July  22nd in Jordan's United Kingdom. Wow, I didn't realize he had that many children. All I knew was Kelly and Jack. And then I find out he's got Amy, Jessica, Starshine, Elliot Kingsley, and Louise Osborne. Elliot Kingsley is one that's not. Full name John Michael Osborne. Well, there you go. Hmm. He passed at 76 years of age. But yes, Randy Rhodes, phenomenal guitarist. One of those that should still be here, as well as many others that have passed on before their time. It's sad, you know, that some of the greatest talent has been taken, from us, way too early, way too early. Um, I know a lot of people didn't like Jimi Hendrix, but he was a phenomenal guitar player as well. Uh, just, you know, whenever you get into that lifestyle, though, unfortunately, those type things happen. And but sometimes just tragedy happens that is out of your control, you know, and it is sad all the way around. No matter how you slice it or dice it, you know, it is how it goes sometimes. But yeah. So how are you all doing out there? I know some of you are here in spirit only. Um, yes, we can hope, but we live to time. Yeah, I mean, we all leave a legacy of some sort. It doesn't matter, you know, how long or short you were here on this ball or flat plane. It depends on which side of the fence you're on, the flat earthers or the marble earthers, whichever. Um, we all leave a legacy in some form, fashion, or another. Now some of us don't leave the greatest of legacies for people to follow, but hopefully you live your life the way you wanted to before you stepped off into the great unknown, into the great wide open, under the skies of blue. Yes, some definitely linger, like a smell in a bathroom. Use some spray. Mm, man, oh man. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully you do leave a good legacy for somebody out there. Hopefully you have a positive impression on somebody out there. I know I don't, but that's just me. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I do know that, I try to live every day to the fullest. Do I do it all the time? No, absolutely not. There's days that are just like procrastination days, and it's just like, nah, I'm not doing shit today. And then there's other days that I'll get so much done that I'm being told I need to take a break, and all that good stuff. And it's just like, no, can't do it. Too much stuff to do. Can't take a break. Got to keep moving. I'm a shark. If I stop moving, I'll die. All those good type things, all those good type scenarios out there for you, Clarice. Did the lamb stop screaming? There's still commotion going on back in there. So, all right, folks. I know we didn't reach a full hour today, but I am going to kill it so that I can go take care of some aminals out there. But I do appreciate each and everybody being here. Look forward to showing you these finished products on clothing line, hopefully pretty soon, um, and things of that nature. So, but I do appreciate each and everybody stopping in, checking out the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and follow, and I will follow you guys back. So, no worries there. And again, pick up some merch when it comes out, be it here on the TikTok shop so that we don't get a restriction. But anyway, as I like to say as I leave you guys, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.